You need to move right now. That is coming straight at you.
Yes.
Linwood's in the path. Get out of there.
I get goosebumps every time I hear that. The chilling moments caught live on air here. That was an anchor team telling their crew out live in the field to get out of the way of this massive tornado. You can see how big that is. This vicious storm tore through eastern Kansas and then touched down not far from Kansas City. Witnesses say the funnel appeared to be about a mile wide, and today, of course, experts will be working to confirm both the size and the intensity of that twister. This morning, we're also getting a look at some of the immense damage that we're seeing from these storms. Homes have been leveled, trees and power lines reduced to rubble, and authorities say at least a dozen people were hurt in that storm. Now, looking ahead, Nate, forecasters say the severe weather streak isn't over, and you've been tracking all of this really closely for the past 12 days now. So, I mean, what's behind this particular outbreak, and then how does the threat look today?
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Denny. So similar to our weather pattern being so persistent and unchangeable, much of the central U.S. has been dealing with more of the same. So if we look at satellite and radar, we can see that there's still quite a bit of activity this morning, especially in northern and central Texas. And as you head towards the mid-Atlantic states, moving off portions of the central plains, we're seeing some of those significant storms flare up. And the reason is just as we've had a persistent low pressure system throughout much of the western U.S., we've had a ridge of high pressure down in the south and east, and cooler air up to the north. And as these two air masses collide, that moist and humid air being brought up from the south, working with the jet stream and the storms that are riding up along the jet stream, it just creates the perfect environment for some of these tornadoes to form as we get the cool air that lifts or causes this warm, moist air to rise. And with these conditions, it just is a very intense and a very violent scenario where it generates these big vortices and these tornadoes that form and can cause, again, lots of destruction as we have seen. And unfortunately, this pattern shifts a little farther east, but will continue for today. Denny.